So we got the coffee. God, that's really good coffee. Hi guys, it's Carrow. I'm back for another video, and if you were confused about why I'm posting on Wednesday, don't worry, I'm about to explain it. Monday, I was going out for my morning run, and I kind of did like the mental math, and I was like, holy fuck, I have 10 weeks. 10 weeks, I don't have a huge following or a fan base or a huge pool of people that I can pull from. I'm basically running around very quickly trying to get everything together. And while I was running, I came to the conclusion that I have a lot of things that I need to do in the next 10 weeks. Not to mention, not only do I have to do things, but I'm still busy doing current things right now. Some of the things that I know that I'm going to have to do very soon is I have to do the cover reveal. I sent a message to 8 Little Pages earlier today asking when I could do the cover reveal. Still haven't heard about that yet, so when I find out, you will find out. I wanted to do a giveaway. The details on that I'm still not super sure about, just because of, again, it comes back to the following and stuff. But just in case you guys are curious, I do have swag. I do have swag to give out. I've got a mug and some other things, stuff for your little bookstagram photos, and I have one more thing that's coming in. I ordered it yesterday. It should get here hopefully next week. We'll see. And then I have to make additional content here on the page because people like free stuff. I gotta market it, because if you're the kind of person that thinks that your publisher is gonna go ahead and take care of all that marketing, you are a sweet summer child. If you don't give enough fucks about your book to market it yourself, then why should anybody else? I gotta market my book as well. And then of course the last thing is that I'm still in grad school right now, and the finals are coming up, and so I'm trying to not pull my hair out. So if you come at me talking about, oh, I feel really busy right now, I will stare you with this fucking pen. I am gonna do 2 videos a week just for the content, and it's very easy to actually go out and find other videos about what other people are doing and mimic that. And I'm not really into that. That's not who I am. I didn't come here to be a copycat or to steal the thunder from somebody else. That's really rude. What I wanted to do is I wanted to actually make something that I would enjoy, and hopefully that you would enjoy watching. Because on Fridays I talk about like the craft of writing, you know, making characters, world building, all that stuff. Wednesdays I actually wanted to talk about the life of a writer. My first thought was that I was going to call this Writer Wednesday. It sounded really nice. You know, I wanted to talk about some of the personal struggles and the things like that. And then as I started writing the content out for today's video, I thought maybe I should just write this as the things that Carrows don't like about other writers. And when I was doing my initial kind of search, trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today, one of the things that I hear that a lot of writers struggle with is motivation. First off, disclaimer, if you are looking for somebody to make you feel better about not feeling motivated and that, you know, struggling with writing is okay, there are very nice people out there who will like hold your hand and talk nicely to you and make you feel better about the whole thing, and I'm not that person. So here's the thing, you come over to a writer and you sit there and you tell them like, I'm just not feeling motivated, and they're probably going to give you this look. And you're going to get that look for a very good reason, because we don't want to hear your bullshit. The whole I'm not feeling motivated to write thing is impractical. It is very telling about what kind of writer you are. And one of the questions that I think you need to ask yourself is, when you're struggling with motivation, do you want to be a hobbyist or do you want to be a novelist? Because if you're going to be a hobbyist, then sure, the whole motivation, the muse is going to strike me at some point. That's going to be fine. You want to be a novelist, there's work involved with that. Alright? And if your muse is not willing to talk to you, you freaking grab her by the neck and you drag her into the writing room with you, and you sit there and you have her help you put those damn words on the page until the goddamn thing is done. If my husband woke up this morning, he wasn't feeling inspired to go to work, he can't just call and say, sorry boss, I don't feel inspired to work today. Can't come in, I'm gonna have to take the day off. I'm really sorry about that. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. If you're a writer and you want to make books, writing is still a job. Alright? You don't get to just stop because you're not feeling it that day. One of the things that I find that helps a lot when people are struggling with motivation is that they have to get into the habit of writing. The people I see who struggle the most with writing are the people who do not have the routine and the habit of writing every single fucking day. And that's what you need to do too. If you're some sweet summer child who's sitting there just thinking that when the muse arrives you'll feel inspired to write, please just go somewhere else. I can't even with you right now. And a lot of people who do struggle with writing, like they're sitting there and they're trying to type and the words aren't coming. You have a couple of things that are going on right there. One, you didn't plan out what you were going to write. It is proven that people who know what they're going to write that day, I'm not saying the whole damn novel, you don't have to plot the whole thing out, but if you know what you're going to write that day, it makes the whole writing process a lot simpler. You don't have to get super detailed. You can make a freaking cue card with like some bullet points on it and just go from there. That's totally fine. Just knowing what you're going to write and the direction that you're going to go, super helpful. So, and one of the personal things that I notice that when I am having a hard time writing is that it's not because I don't know what I'm going to write or where I'm going or the characters aren't talking to me. I become suddenly very afraid of what people are going to think about what I'm going to write, and you cannot do that. You cannot do that. That will kill your motivation, it will kill your productivity, it will kill everything. You have to shut that door. There's a saying that says you write for yourself and you edit for everybody else. That's what you have to do. You can't worry about what other people are going to think and what they're going to do and how they're going to respond to your writing. You have to get the words out first and then edit them afterwards. Oh, but Carrow, one of the other struggles that I have is that I'm just so busy right now. You know what? Let's backtrack. When I wrote Queen of Swords in Silence, it took me 2 years to do, and the reason it did take me 2 years to do is because, first off, I was working full-time as a teacher. Okay, wasn't working no 8-hour days. I was working 10 to 12-hour days. I was still going to grad school then, so I had my coursework on top of that, and I still found time to write my book. Alright, sometimes I was up until 1 a.m. Sometimes I didn't go out on weekends. You have to ask yourself, do you want to write this damn book or not? Are you going to be a novelist or are you going to be a hobbyist? That's the big question that I think people need to ask themselves when they're talking about the motivation problem. And if you want something that bad, you are going to put the time in to do it. You will figure out the time. I have met some other writers who are even more busy than I have ever been. There are authors out there who not only are trying to juggle a job, but they're also raising kids. They are also going to school. They are taking care of sick family members. They are sick themselves, and they still make it work. Alright, if you're gonna be a freaking pansy and just not feel it for the day, please just admit that you're a hobbyist and be quiet. Maybe part of the reason that you're not feeling motivated is because you don't have enough information to write from. Research is actually really good. Did you do your research before you started writing, or did you just sit down and just decide to see what would happen? Research is something that I see a lot of people do, especially in romance genres when they're doing historical pieces, because sometimes they need to go and figure out some of the contemporary events that were going on at the time, fashion, smells, you know, what was trending at the time. That usually helps them figure out what they're going to write next. Now, I did list off a couple of reasons about why people aren't motivated. One of them is insecurity, and one of them is being afraid. One of the things that I want to be really clear about is if you are insecure or afraid, I'm not here to talk down to you, but what you can do at this point is you can go and find a support group. Having somebody that will sit there and kind of, you know, tell you that what you're doing is okay and that you're not on the wrong track is going to be way more helpful than you sitting and writing in the dark. Writing is not always a solitary activity. You can have people come and help you, and one of the problems with writing is because you don't talk to anybody and you don't share it, and you don't get feedback, is that you kind of like start having like your own mental echo chamber, fill it up with, you know, questions and dread, and it just affects everything. It taints what you're doing. That's why you need to get out, and you need to have people who are also writers who can both sympathize with what you're doing and understand your struggles, because ultimately that's what we need. I'm going to circle this back to the question that I asked in the beginning when it comes to you're not feeling motivated. And the question is, do you really want to be a novelist, or do you just want to be a hobbyist? Is the book thing like something that you want to do someday, or is it something that you want to do right now? Ask yourself that and assess that. And for my viewers, or viewer, I only have like a couple people watching, and that's fine. I cherish all of you. You mean a lot to me. What is inspiring you? What is motivating you at this particular moment to actually put the words on the page? Where are you wanting to take energy and this drive and this struggle that we're going through right now? Where do you want it to be? Like where are you hoping to find yourself once the book is published? What is the impact that you are looking to have when somebody picks up your book and they read it? Do you want them to just enjoy your story? Do you want to have it, you know, do you want them to walk away with some like heartfelt reaction? Like, answer that, because I think if you're able to go and tell everybody what it is that you're aiming to do with your work other than tell a story, that might put perspective on the people who are just kind of doing it on the side. And if you're sitting here and you're thinking that I'm going after the part-time writers, I'm not going after part-time writers. I'm not. If you have a job and you write on the side, that's totally fine. The people I'm going after right now are lazy motherfuckers who actually don't get the shit done. They like to talk the talk, they like to have the game, they appear sophisticated, they use 3-syllable words, and they're always searching for the deep meaning of everything, and they keep talking about how they're going to write the book, but they're not motivated. I hate you people. I really do. And that is all the ranting I have for you today. Don't forget, I have a short story that's out. You can read for free by signing up for my newsletter, or you can purchase it from Amazon for 99 cents. If you leave a review either on Amazon or Goodreads, I would really appreciate it. The more reviews that I get, the more exposure, the more that I can spread the word about my book, and I would just be so unbelievably thankful to have it. Oh, I got worked up. Oh.